So, folks, we gotta talk about a very enigmatic doctor. Now, many of you might not be aware of this particular doctor, but he comes highly recommended. And we're talking about Dr. Sliwa. Now, a lot of folks don't know who Dr. Sliwa is. Hasn't been on the national stage for quite some time. And, I think it's time for us to get a little bit better acquainted with Dr. Sliwa because he's a very important patient in his care.
How you doing, doctor?
It's not how I'm doing. It's how you're doing, young man. My name is Dr. Curtis Sliwa.
Dr. Sliwa, you said?
Yeah, Dr. Sliwa. I'm looking at your name here on the chart. I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Hey, is it okay if I just call you the Z-Man?
Yeah, that's fine. You look very familiar, though.
Were you ever riding the trains in the wee hours of the morning from like 1980 to 1991?
Why is he wearing his glasses like this?
I wasn't, how do you say this, Dr. Sliwa, alive.
Okay, young buck. So you're here?
So you're not aware of the Ratman that were plaguing the town subway systems at that time. You didn't know what the Ratmen were doing on the trains, did you, Z-Man?
For a cat allergy shot on?
Yes, sir. My wife and I are adopting a cat.
And never...
You're adopting a cat, eh? Why are you adopting a cat? Are you afraid of the rats?
Stops with one or two. Oh, no, it doesn't. How many shots have you gotten up to now?
This is actually going to be my third shot.
Oh, your third. You know, I got 5 shots in the back of a cab.
Back of the cat.
Well, it's before your time. Doctors Gambino and Dr. Scotti.
Oh my god.
They did things a lot differently back in the day.
What day was that exactly?
Oh. You ever
What
see
the
Love
fuck?
Story? Oh. Anyway, I don't know if the nurse told you, I'm sort of going through a midlife crisis, you know, changing careers. It's been a little traumatic.
What were you doing before?
Oh, you know, hosting radio shows, protecting parades' right to exist, and most importantly, helping to destroy sinister, old political dynasties. But by the way, it isn't all about me. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a content creator, but I do a little governing on the side. Anyway, first day. You're going to do great, Dr. Sliwa.
This is
Don't
real.
be glazing me, Z-Man.
Okay.
But hey, I'm a little nervous. I gotta be honest with you. Whenever I get nervous, I treat myself to a new beret. This one is a new color that the shop just got in. Red.
Oh, looks good on you, Dr. Sliwa. Anyway, there's something I have to get to. Do you mind if we get this show on the road?
Oh, no worries. I got a train to go out and patrol. You mind if I put on something that helped get me through cat med allergy school?
What the fuck is this?
Now I know you. You're that guy who couldn't bench press 30 pounds?
31 pounds.
Meow.
I gotta be honest, I hadn't watched the whole thing. This was posted by the New York City mayor's office, and I'm baffled by it. I'm just absolutely baffled. Why? Why was this made? Okay? Well, the answer is in a very short description of this video. Inner Circle is an annual charity gala organized by the New York City Press Corps. Every year, the mayor's office and staff are asked to be a part of it, making videos and sketches spoofing themselves. This played last weekend at the event. We thought you might like to see it for yourself. So they put it out as part of like a yearly gala for the New York City press, right? That being said, this is still very weird. And I don't know what to say about it. It's so bizarre. It's also worth noting Curtis Sliwa is a bad person. You know, the entire Curtis Sliwa Ratman bit that I came up with was to make fun of Curtis Sliwa, to make fun of him as like a crackpot, old bigoted guy. And like, it is fun to make fun of him. I'm not gonna lie. But I wanted to bring this up not just because it's utterly bizarre, but because, believe it or not, this has caused some controversy in New York City, but not among Democrats. This has caused profound controversy in the Republican Party of New York City. And to such an extent that local news in New York City did a almost 10-minute long bit of coverage about the fallout of this sketch. So get ready, we're not done yet. Buckle yourselves in here, folks. Let's take a look.
I don't know if the nurse told you, I'm sort of going through a midlife crisis, you know, changing careers. It's been a little traumatic.
What were you doing before?
Oh, you know, hosting radio shows, protecting parades' right to exist, and most importantly, helping to destroy sinister, old political dynasties. But by the way, it isn't all about me. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a content creator, but I do a little governing on the side. Anyway, first day. You're going to do great, Dr. Sliwa.
Don't be glazing me, Z-Man.
The sudden
Welcome
silence
back
is
to
funny.
Inside City Hall. That was Mayor Mamdani and his former Republican opponent, Curtis Sliwa, teaming up to make a comedic video this past weekend that angered some members of the GOP. The pre-recorded video was shown at the annual Inner Circle charity dinner, where the city's press corps gathers to roast the mayor, and the mayor then offers a rebuttal, which in this case included the Guardian
Yes, that was actually Curtis Sliwa.
Angel leader playing the role of a Dr. Sliwa, who was administering the mayor a cat allergy shot.
It might have been a bit subtle. That was Curtis Sliwa, but he was in this sketch under a pseudonym, Shirtis Sliwa. It's very, very clever and very subtle.
Curtis Sliwa joins me now to talk more about this and more. First of all, welcome back to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I was there at the event on Saturday night. It got some laughs. You know, I felt like it was in the context of, you know, all these other comedy sketches in the show. It didn't really stand out to me, but it clearly touched a nerve among some Republican leaders who were bashing you, you know, in some newspaper articles and on social media for, you know, for daring to actually collaborate with Mayor Mamdani.
I was accused of cat collusion with the mayor. One single item that we agree on. As you know, the Wall Street Journal did a story about the mayor and his wife. They're going to bring a cat into Gracie Mansion. But for the mayor, he has to take 6 shots because he's allergic. I said, this is outstanding. Because you know, with me and my wife, Nancy, all cat lives matter. The president really drilled me, you know, in the campaign. What, he's going to bring cats into Gracie Mansion? Yes, Mr. President.
What is going on? The Ratmen are going on. The Ratmen. All right, we need to bring as many cats into Gracie Manor as possible to stop the Ratman menace. If they even think we don't have cats in Gracie Manor, they'll rise up in their drilling machines and their underground diggers and come right up through the floorboards. That's why we need the cats. The cats will stop their digging machine.
People love animals, whether they happen to be Democrats, Republicans, or independents. So his staff called me up about 2 weeks ago and said, we want to do a skit involving you as a doctor giving him the allergy medication because the mayor is going to be bringing a cat into Gracie Manor. I said, absolutely. He sent me a script. We were good to go. I went to City Hall. We shot it. And this is for the Inner Circle. I've been going there ever since David Dinkins was the mayor. What a great charity. to help all these young men and women who are aspiring journalists going to school. Look, Bobby, you journalists, you don't get paid anything. Let's face it. It's a difficult time with artificial intelligence just wiping out jobs. So why wouldn't we all come together in unification instead of this constant vitriol and polarization? And this is what Inner Circle does. It brings everybody together.
Which, let me ask you this. When you guys actually shot the video, what was it like actually being with the mayor in that sort of more relaxed atmosphere, removed from the heat of the campaign? You guys got along?
We were fighting for lens time. You know, he's lens slice, I'm lens slice. You know, that's my line. But you understand, when it comes to getting across a point, he knows how to deliver a message. I think from the streets and the subways, I know how to deliver a message. And it was all about...
That's right, I know how to deliver a message to the Ratman. Don't mess with my streets, Ratman. Don't mess with my subways. I've been down in the dark, in the muck, in the absolute pitch black heart underneath New York City. I've seen the amber gates. I've seen their burrow. And I've seen their beady little eyes gleaming in the dark. I know how to deliver a message to them. And I'm here to say no rats in my USA.
The cats, about animals, and oh, so many people getting melodramatic.
Now, did you actually hear from people after Saturday night who were upset with you, or you just read about it in the newspaper?
No, Bobby, nobody comes up to me because they know I'd put them in check. I'd say, this is about the animals. We can go back to arguing tomorrow, and they really need to understand the importance of journalists. Because, you see, I have some Republicans, you know, Bobby. Fake news, Bobby Kusa. I don't like that story. Fake. Absolutely not. Now, you know I've been hit pretty hard sometimes by journalists, and sometimes you learn a lot from it, like, yeah, they got me. I got to learn from this. We need journalists because if we depend on politicians, they all lie. Come on, I don't trust any politicians.
But it seems like the vitriol that was directed towards you, I saw a lot of it on social media from figures on the right, was the idea that you would, consort with Zohran Mamdani in any form or fashion. I mean, what does that say about where we are in our
Slowly I turn. I remember November 27th, the most powerful man in the world who did everything to prevent me from being mayor, all of a sudden said this existential threat, Zohran Mamdani, cannot be the mayor of New York City. And then all of a sudden it was a love fest. Zohran and Trump, one meeting, they resolved what to do about housing. He's had a second meeting. He left the meeting. He forgot to ask, Mr. President, there's a woman who's just been detained by ICE in Columbia University. Do you think you could move to free her, extricate her? Absolutely. So if the President of the United States texts and phone calls Zohran on a regular basis, and they agree to disagree on everything else, but they want to build housing in New York, and then John Katzimatidis goes to City Hall, has a meeting with him for an hour. This is the guy who led the billionaires to say, we're out of here, and now we want to help them. But I do.
It's really weird outside of, it's really weird to see a New York City Republican who is still tethered to some semblance of reality. Because I do want to emphasize, Curtis Sliwa is he's a bigot. He's not a good guy, right? But the fact that he is able to still talk about actual real things that are happening without going into fucking cuckoo land compared to someone like Donald Trump or any of the congressional Republicans, it's weird. It is very strange. He's Archie Bunker-esque. He really is,
Do a video with him, and somehow I'm the bad guy.
So there was a conspiracy theory that some subscribed to during the campaign, including former Mayor Eric Adams, that you were, during the campaign, colluding with Zohran Mamdani in order to play the spoiler and prevent Andrew Cuomo or anybody else from being elected mayor. Mayor Mamdani was actually asked about that today. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I think the only conspiracy that's on offer is two people who have a sense of humor and are willing to poke fun at themselves. What New Yorkers want to see is a city where we can vehemently disagree with each other and also still know that we live in the same city. And a sense of humor, I think, is a prerequisite to being a New Yorker. And all of these people who can't distinguish between a sketch and reality, I think it shows some of the problems they're having with their politics.
Absolutely. I call the caper cat collusion. Probably they're claiming George Soros was somehow involved with it. You know how these conspiracies are.
You did get me anodyne quinine. We've been dealing with mice in the basement, though, so it did freak me out genuinely.
But I've been to Yale University, Cornell, just on Friday, Princeton, other schools, in which I see the
I've been to all the schools. I know exactly the best ways to fight the Ratman. I've devised a way, an ingenious machine that will clog up the gears of their complicated clockwork monstrosities when they rise to the surface world.
new Gen Zers who've taken to me. I talk about unification, not this polarization. We got to be bringing people together. The new generation, they don't want to hear all this bitterness, these constant disputes. It's not good for our city. It's not good for our state. It's not good for our country. And I want to at least start bringing people together. Now, if my fellow Republicans are not happy with me, fine. But I'm independent and autonomous. I've always been that way. I'm not MAGA, and yet I've been the candidate of the Republican Party twice. I've lost twice, and I haven't been a sore loser like Eric Adams and obviously Andrew Cuomo, who's dystopian.
How do you think Mamdani is doing in these first 100 days or so?
Bobby Kuza, I give every mayor when they're first in up until Memorial Day, because they're doing the chicken dance now. They always do this. The budget, we're broke, we don't have money. He wants the billionaire tax, no more property tax. Let's see where he's at on Memorial Day. And you know me, I'm not shy about criticizing anybody. But what's fair is fair. He inherited part of the Eric Adams administration. He's putting his own people into place. Let's see where we are on May 30th. Unlike Eric Adams, who right away was selling crime coin, Bitcoin, did a pump and dump $1 million out with the bag man, Frank Carone, right? First thing, as leaving
Dude's kind of spitting here, and I hate it.
office, and then Andrew Cuomo keeps mumbling, I should have been the mayor. Curtis Sliwa kept me from being the mayor. Let's do the math, Bobby. If every Curtis Sliwa supporter had voted for Andrew Cuomo, he would have lost.
Let me ask you this, just a few seconds left, but you have a new show, by the way, on WOR, is that right?
That's right, and it's a different kind of show because there's Larry Menti, Curtis Sliwa in the morning. We agree, we disagree. It's not an echo chamber on 710 WOR, the first talk radio station in New York City and the best.
And you left WABC because of, well, we won't get into your disagreements with them. By the way, they now have an Andrew Cuomo show. He has his own talk show on WABC. Have you listened to that?
The most boring talk radio program. He's like a professor. He lectures you. You know, he doesn't understand this thing of mine, talk radio. And WABC has become always bashing Curtis, always blaming Curtis. Do what you have to do. I'm on my mission. I'm in the subways and streets every day with the Guardian Angels, taking care of the homeless and the emotionally disturbed. I'm not just complaining. I'm always active in doing something about it.
All right, we got to go. Are you running for mayor again, 2029?
You know, they're spreading these rumors out. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. You know, Bobby? I got people out. You remember, I got shot 5 times.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I could be enjoying my 5 cats and my wife. Or I could be down in my underground bunker, plotting and scheming to destroy the Ratman's main hive. You know, they're quite intelligent.
Times in the back of that yellow
That's
cab
right.
with 5 hollow point bullets. I need to remind you, got many enemies out there. So I take life day to day.
Yep.
But remember, all cats' lives matter. And I did it for the cats.
And you can hear all about it every day on WOR. So a little plug for your show there. Curtis Sliwa, thank you for coming in as always. Always a pleasure.
A cat for every man, no rats for every family and household. That's what I say.
What an insane situation to unfold here. People attacking Curtis Sliwa over being involved in this. What's that? A jazz dog tune? Battle against a Ratman?
Deep underground rap, mutant sewer hounds, prowling around these parts, always hidden in the dark. Suddenly they screech, incoherent rodent speech. Such a putrid smell permeates a sewer well. One man stands alone, red beret above his dome. Sliwa was his name, fighting climbing rodent game. Be the Ratman who lived in sewer rat dens, taking one last breath, fighting final to the death.
You did not have to cook this hard, Jazz Dog. You did not have to cook this hard on this track. It's fucking nuts.
The Ratman versus the Catman.
Oh, gee, Sarge. You tell me that I needed to go after this Ratman. I needed to, bait him or something. So, I gave him a whole wheel of cheese, Sarge. It cost $2,000, and I used your credit card, Sarge. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be a good investment, but, oh, jeez. I'm gonna get it now. Oh.
So good. Oh my god. Well, I have bad news for all of you. By watching this segment, you've been turned into a normal rat.
Rat is this. The rats are all like this. The rat goes like this. So the rat's like this. The normal rat is like this. That's the normal rat. Like this, like this. It sniffs. It's like this for quite a while. He's like this. And then maybe he sniffs. You are now a normal rat.
Too late. You can't stop. You've now become normal rats. You've been force raticized. What cocaine does to a man. Indeed, indeed. I miss your Jordan Peterson impression, too. Your Peter Jordanson impression. Well, you see, what do you mean when you talk about being a rat? You see, a rat can be many things. A rat can be a physical rodent. It can also be a state of mind. For whomst among us has not identified with a rat? When you identify with a rat, in essence, you are ceding part of yourself to the idea of ratness. And as you begin to ratify yourself, in turn, the rat becomes you. And in this way, you are making an appeal to an eternal form. The kind of thing that ancient philosophers would talk about. You have tapped into a supernatural transcendent force. Something that people have been arguing about through the ages. And now you have become the form of rat. It can also mean a small rodent that just wants to eat your pizza. Anyway, just a silly segment. Everything's been so serious and so doom and gloom recently. I thought you guys would appreciate this bizarre rabbit hole that I genuinely have no real explanation for or any real substantial commentary on. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Comments longer than 8 words help in the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button. And folks, also consider getting involved in organizing. Organize with your local Dems to radicalize them and make them become more progressive. Help them jettison the dead weight of centrists. And also, folks, join your local DSA, help organize labor in your community, and, help pass pro-labor policies in your local political theater. So, folks, if you need help getting involved with that, join our Discord. Reach out to GamerG for help with your DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. And, folks, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. Also tested with cis men and cis women and non-binary folks. It is comfortable, non-tucking lingerie. It is attractive and sexy. Go check it out. New sizes, styles, and colors coming in the near future. Link should be down in the doobly-doo. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, dating, plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat Jack.